Welcome everyone back to another episode of TEDxRWTH Aachen. I'm your host Mamdou Nader, and today we have the beautiful, wonderful team leads of our team. Hi guys, how are you?
Good. Thank you for
Good.
having
How
us.
are
Today
you?
we
Good,
have
Fine.
our team lead of finance Hafiz, our team lead of marketing Mafe, Maria Fernanda. We have our team lead of program Aslı.
Hi.
How are you guys? Please give the people listening today a brief, short story of your background. Please start, Hafiz.
Okay, so India, and I've been in Germany for 2 years now, and I joined TEDxRWTH Aachen a year ago.
Is this part of your background that you joined TEDxRWTH Aachen?
No, but it is the background for this podcast. so-
Yes. Okay, sure. Aslı?
And I'm from Turkey, born and raised there, and I've only been in Germany for a year.
Okay.
Also joined TEDx a year ago.
Nice.
Interesting. I didn't know you were so new in Germany.
I am.
Hmm. Well,
Mafe?
I'm from Costa Rica. I was in a German school. That's why I came to Germany. And I've been here since Corona. I moved in 2021. And I'm in TEDxRWTH Aachen since, I think, 1 year also. Yeah, in the marketing team and also in the finance team.
And tell us shortly, like, when you came to Germany, how were you introduced to TEDx?
Well, I was just going through the list of student initiatives on the RWTH website, and then I saw there was something called Lake Talks, which I learned organizes the TEDx event. And yeah, I assume many people know TEDx. I was curious about how it actually goes about organizing an event. So I reached out, signed up for their contact form, and here I am.
Do you remember who was responsible for TEDx or your team?
Shifo, whose post I have now.
Shout out to Shifu right now.
Yeah, he was responsible for recruiting at that time. So I had my interview with him. Yeah. And
Do you remember his questions?
um
He's known for asking good questions.
yeah, that is really true. I mean, he really tries out new things, definitely. Well, I don't remember the whole conversation, but one particular question I remember because I was applying for the finance team is he asked me he took a random book off his table or something, and then he asked me how I would pitch it to our sponsors, saying, how will you use this as a promoting material for the sponsor?
Damn.
And
That's nice. That's a good question, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, I don't remember the answer.
But you're the team lead, which means you gave a good answer.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yes.
I was in the team after that, yes.
Makes sense. Aslı?
I was also recruited by Shifu. I applied almost a year ago, and I applied for the program team. And after Shifu, Leonard, our ex-program team lead, introduced me to the team.
Great. Nice. Mafe?
I went to the event and I liked it, but I thought they will have some stuff we can improve. So after that, I joined the contact form and online. And yeah, and here I am.
Guys, you didn't tell me your first role in the team.
Just
What?
normal team people.
Just normal
Yeah, I
members
assume
in
so.
program, finance,
Exactly,
Yeah.
in marketing.
and marketing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit now that your team leads. You were once members, now your team leads. How is it leading your team? Is it difficult? Is it easy? How do you go on with your week? How do you organize for each event? Tell us the details.
Yeah, well, we as team lead, I haven't really come past an event yet. So right now, as the finance lead, I'm just reaching out to companies, finding sponsors. So that's the
For our
job
next event.
for the next event in 2025. Yes, we
Mhm.
have that coming in May. So yeah, this is the time we gather sponsor, promoter events. So we are at that phase right now.
Nice.
And yeah, it's not so different, honestly, as than being a team member. The responsibility is pretty much the same, but of course you have to guide other people to do it as well. But yeah, I think everyone pretty much, at least in my team, it's very straightforward what to do, so they know what
Nice.
to do. So I just tell them, and then it goes on.
And we're also the same team as last year, so not much change.
Exactly, yeah.
I think for the people listening, the team that they're talking about right now is the same team that got a budget bigger than any budget that came into the student initiative in the last 10 years. They also brought in some really good sponsors for our last event. And I think everyone can say that the last event was a work of art.
Yeah,
Was
it-
too
I
good.
hope so.
It was good.
Yeah, it
no, I
was,
can tell you, I
kind-
wasn't in the team yet.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you as an outsider that time, it was good. Aslı, tell us a little bit about your experience leading the program team.
As a program team lead, I have a bit more responsibilities than the others. Usually in program, we don't have that much of a lead and team member dynamic. It's more like we are all part of a team.
Mm-hmm.
And we have weekly meetings on Wednesday. We discuss possible candidates for our next event.
Nice.
And we decide if it's a good suit for the event or not. And as a lead, the only thing that I need to make sure is everyone is doing their work, which they do, and making the meetings weekly.
Yeah, I think that's also pretty much for me. Like we have usually weekly meetings with the entire team. Now it's a little bit different because when I started, we were only 3 people, I think, in marketing.
Now we're over 10.
Now we're over
Right.
10. And from those 3 people, I think only 2 were active. So, yeah, since I'm the marketing lead, we have done a lot of stuff differently as last year. Yeah, but it's going good. People are helping. So,
Do you think you did everything you came in to change? You know, you said they could have done better last year.
I mean, that was 2 years before. And I think this next event, we're going to make it even better than the last one. I hope so.
I don't think we're going to talk about the past, unfortunately, for this podcast. But
Let's
maybe
focus on the future.
yes, maybe in future episodes we can cover this. Who would like to give the people like a little bit of a backstory about Rob? Because Rob is not only like
he's
a member.
one
Okay.
of. I think he's the oldest member.
He's the
And
longest
longest
active
active
member
member
in
in
the
the
team.
team.
We're getting this from our research team in the back. Thank you.
Thanks for background.
Thank you to the research team.
And he's teaching in FH Aachen.
Mhm.
Also teaching.
Damn, I didn't know that.
He is teaching English there.
For example.
Yeah, he's actually a very interesting member.
Okay, I'll say something and you can correct me if I'm wrong. He is probably the oldest member also in the team. He was part of the same team. I'm not talking about TEDx right now. I'm talking about the same team in San Francisco in California when they were first working on CDs, right? He was one of the founders of the idea or like the technology, the CD that we have right now. And for the people listening, he has a pretty interesting story that he told us during one of the AIX talks, that we organized in the past. Unfortunately, I can't talk about him the whole episode, but if I can, I would, and it would
Next
be definitely
episode with
yes,
Rob.
it would be definitely be great if we have him as a guest. Okay, so thinking about your TEDx journey so far, what have you done? Did it surpass your expectations? Did you meet your goals? And for the next few months or few years, what do you plan?
I think it met my goals.
What were your goals?
I don't know, to get to know people, to help on the event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as of now, I think we have had good contact with the team, good relationship. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how everyone starts in a student initiative here. Even though the initiatives themselves position towards some technical or a social cause, everyone in the beginning just wants a tribe, to
Yeah.
belong somewhere.
Yes.
Mhm.
At least for me, I'm from India and it's a very new environment for me and I'm not so great with the local language and I know anyone barely here. So at least until I found people, this was a way to actually meet new people. So us all struggling together to do something like
Yes.
that effort, putting the effort together somehow brings us together.
So, like, one of the goals was to build a connection with the team.
Exactly, yes.
Yes, this is something we spoke about yesterday, actually, with Sophie in her episode. I think the people can watch it if it's live, which is working on the connections between the teams, because some teams were very connected to each other, but they weren't connected to other teams in the TEDx initiative. Meaning the program team, for example, I am in the marketing team. We never sat down together.
Yeah,
The first time we're going to sit together now is going to be next week, right?
exactly.
So it's going to be interesting seeing what they talk about, what we talk about, what their opinion about our Instagram, our TikTok. I don't think we're going to take their opinion, though. It's just going to be an opinion. So we can like establish boundaries, I'm joking, of course.
Healthy boundaries.
Yes, healthy boundaries. we're gonna probably give you some opinions on the guests. Maybe.
Likewise.
Yes.
Or maybe not.
Okay. Maybe not. Okay, so from the past events, if you attended them, of course, who was your favorite speaker?
Does that include the event we helped organize as well?
Yes.
Oh, because I don't think I saw any speaker that event. I was background in the running.
Well, come on, you've been through 2 events now, so
Yes,
I
for
think-
the first one, there was this guy. Well, I like more inspirational talks than technological talks. you
Mm,
know, like,
mm.
And usually we get more tech
Tech,
guests.
yes, tech talks.
Tech talks.
Yes.
yeah.
So I really like this guy named Randall. I think he was the only one in the event that I went that did more inspirational self-love and stuff like that.
Was
And-
it the relaxation exercise?
Also next year or last year.
Last year.
Exactly. The event after the one that I went to, 2023, he did the relaxation exercise.
Yes.
And the event before the relaxation exercise, he did his talk.
So for the people who didn't see the speech, the talk, and you can still see the talk right now because it's live on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. We took many pictures because it was one of a kind. Definitely, he just made the crowd. He can control the crowd. He
has such a good vibe.
Yes.
He's and also a welcoming person.
Yes.
It was really nice.
Aslo, who was your favorite speaker in the past events?
I only attended the last event because I
Mhm.
wasn't in Germany before that.
Yeah.
And since it was a part of a program team, I know all of the talks, and I would say that each one of them was very inspiring. And
But
Me
which
too.
one was your favorite?
Okay.
This
But if I
is the question.
If I
Aslo.
have to choose one,
If you have to choose one.
then I would choose Sanaz as one because she has
Mhm.
such a different story than the others. How she flees from Iran to
Yeah.
Germany. So she was from Iran. She was born there, studied there, and but she was always She always wanted to be a singer, but in Iran, women aren't allowed to be
Yeah.
a singer. So she fled first in Turkey. She lived there for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she come to Germany and started singing here. And right now, she can like pursue her dream, and she can sing whenever she wants, and which I find very inspiring.
And her
Yeah.
talk was exactly about that,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Hafiz, please tell me one speaker
Well,
you might have heard some parts of his talk.
Yeah,
liked.
well, I honestly wasn't there, at least in the event, I wasn't there for most of all the talks,
Yeah.
honestly.
Okay.
Well, I think the space team lead spoke, and that was pretty funny and interesting because he didn't get too technical, and it was just enough technical for the tech people to relate with, but it was fun to
Okay.
listen
For
to.
the people listening, please tell them what you study.
Okay,
Because
so,
when you say it's not technical.
oh yeah, so
Right.
I am doing computer engineering masters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am looking out for some nerdy technical details. Yeah, so but as one of the organizers of the event, I should see how the audience would perceive it.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, so in this case, I had my own fun listening to the tech. He was talking about the failure, which I feel bad for, but still, we had enough tech details to relate with. We also had fun listening to his story, so I liked it. Yes.
Nice. And now that we're nearing the end of the episode, please tell us about the future events. If people want to come, watch us. Watch the
Yeah, so we're
speakers, watch some
organizing.
talks.
Well, we hope to have more events this year. We are organizing the main event, of course, in May next year, 2025. The team is connecting the dots. So we have a lot of interesting proposition of speakers, great food, as always. And we also want to do more TEDx salons. One, it's about sustainability. We'll be starting January 2025. All of our information will be in our Instagram, so follow us.
Maybe tell the people a little bit about past events because they might not have attended the last event, so they
Shall
wouldn't. Yes, not so good. But tell them what's the difference between last event and what you plan to do on the next event. Last event and next event. Last event was in Aula. It was in we all study at the RWTH, right?
No,
Right,
I don't.
right. Mafe is not.
I'm a hacker.
Mafe is an Afha girl.
Imposter.
Imposter, yes. I'm spying on you.
Yes, you're spying for the FH.
Yeah.
I would say I'll give you just a brief story about the last event because I was an outsider in the last event.
Yes,
Last
I think you
event
have a
was-
better view because
You
since we
actually
were
saw the talks.
exactly since
Yeah.
we were working, we were running, we were looking for everything. So
Right. So the last event, it was, I would say, one of the best events organized actually at the RWTH. This is something this is a statement I would stick to. I would,
thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
So it was at the Aula. The Aula is our main lecture hall for the RWTH. And it was organized in a pretty old place. So if you go into the Aula, it's pretty much all wooden chairs, wooden floor, wooden stairs.
It's really pretty
wooden
though.
people, wooden pictures,
Wooden people.
wooden everyone, wooden everything. And when you go inside, you would expect if someone organized an event, it would be pretty much outdated, old school, right? What the program team did was completely opposite. They did very good. They just put a big curtain, put everything behind this curtain, made sure that there's enough space for the speakers, and you didn't even see it, okay?
Yeah.
You didn't even see the technology. You didn't see the technology behind the curtain, but the technology behind the curtain really was outstanding, okay? We were able to film, we were able to record the talks, everything was running so good. And then, not just that, you added to it, you brought AKL. AKL, guys. AKL is one of the best restaurants in Aachen. Shifu,
If
our
not the best.
past, yes, ex-president, said it is the best Lebanese, the best restaurant in Aachen. It's a big statement if you think about it. It's a big statement. But the catering was so good. Everyone loved it. I think everyone went out of this event saying the catering was so good. Our
was
research team
really
is
nice.
nodding. Yes? Can we hear a yes? Yes.
Yes, from the background.
Yeah, so the food was also good. We got so many Red Bulls. Many people drank so many Red Bulls, right?
Yeah.
So many people drank so many Red Bulls, so many coffees. And this is
Mostly
something
us to not fall asleep because we were so tired.
Exactly why I was hesitant to not do that.
One thing I heard yesterday from Sophie and Shifu was, Sophie is the president for the people who don't know, is that you now have a tradition of baking a cake together before every
Yeah.
event. Is this correct?
Yes, well, I think it didn't used to be a tradition. And then last year we said, well, let's do it again. And that's how it started.
Yeah, because last year was our 10th year anniversary, so we wanted to add a personal touch to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Besides making the grand event, it was about doing something personal. So everyone,
One moment. Is
Yeah.
it one cake or many cakes?
Many
no,
cakes.
everyone
Many
did
cake.
their own. Yeah, so people volunteered,
Okay.
maybe a couple of them together, or an individual was doing his own cake, but
Yeah.
everyone was
Oh.
contributing. So we had like a lot of cakes. So like for
Did you bake a cake?
Not me. I'm not so great with it,
Please.
but I brought a cake.
You brought a cake.
I somehow brought a cake. So
Okay.
that's the important part. So the personal touch was me carrying it. So
Oh. Asle, did you bake a cake?
No, I was at the rehearsal with the speakers back then.
You ate a
True.
cake.
I just ate the
Also.
cake.
Oh, you ate the cake.
I just ate the cake, yeah.
Okay. Mafe?
I did bake a cake.
Ah.
Yes. Well,
cake?
we baked cinnamon rolls. I was with Sophie in Humboldt House,
Okay.
and we also baked, I think, brownies and
Wait,
A
the
chocolate
brownies
cake.
at the event?
yeah.
They were good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, they were very good. Please do more.
We'll do next
Please.
event.
Yes,
So
n-
please come to
Next
Iran.
event? I have to wait for next event to have some brownies?
Exactly.
Come on, guys. Okay, so this was last event. Maybe since we were talking about like running around, what happened? Like, how was it? It was organized, or at least what we saw as
yes,
outsiders, as
mean-
people who bought tickets,
Yes, I mean
attendees.
that was the
It was
goal.
organized. Yes.
That was the goal. You're not supposed to see the behind the scenes as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, our event team did a really good job with that. Yeah, they had this huge list of like, oh, they had like this paper. They had like couple of papers with list of tasks to do, and everyone was contributing. Like at that day, on the event day, it doesn't matter which team you are.
This is what you would say for outsourced media. Tell me what really happened. What really went down.
I think nothing
was making
special.
you
It's just
stressful?
always we have to organize everything after the lunch, pick everything up for the coffee, clean because people spill and stuff like that.
I mean, we actually were figuring out the coffee machine on the event day because we had not seen that before. I mean, I'm so used to, at least in my case, I see go to these offices, I just press a button and coffee pours out.
Yeah.
Here we had to put in everything ourselves, and I mean, at one point in time, I was responsible for it, and
we were responsible together.
yeah, and I think we were one of the first ones to do it, so we were still figuring out how to do it, how much water to add, and all that
Wait,
stuff.
what was the problem? So it was like a coffee machine.
It was like a big
big
silver
coffee machine.
canister where you put the powder on top, and then you put water inside. It throws the water up like a fountain, and the coffee drips down. It was crazy, but even for a tech person, it seemed too technical. But yeah, we somehow managed all that, and yeah, we had to run on for the water. We had this. We couldn't have like huge cans of water, so we had to manage with small bottles of water. So we had to constantly bring in
To
water.
refill it.
Yeah,
A long story.
yeah,
It
it's a
was a
big
long
story.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And-
it's nothing like special that happened and that's chaotic now. It's just
Yeah, it was a good event. Let's leave it at
It
that.
was a good event. We didn't feel like there was a problem with the coffee machine, believe me.
good. There was a mess, but good.
Asli, please tell me about the technology behind the curtain. Literally behind the scenes.
Behind the
Tell
scenes.
us a little bit about that.
Behind the scenes, we have a videographer that takes videos of everything and edits the videos.
This
and
is, for the people who don't know, the aula is not only one floor, it's 2 floors, but the upper floor is not directly above it. It's more like a frame that looks like an opera that looks directly on the stage. But don't think anything fancy. It's just our aula, okay? It's just a lecture hall. So you don't think like it's a big opera event or something. But they made it an opera event. So you put up the cameras on the 2nd floor,
yeah,
correct? Okay.
we had 3 cameras, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And we had the videographer. We had 2 people, I think, from program backstage
Mhm.
to help the videographer. to put-
Leonard is one of them.
I think Leonard and Zainab
Uh-huh.
Okay.
to put on the microphones to the speakers. I was bringing back and forth the speakers.
Mhm.
That was my job. And yeah, there was a lot of machines which I didn't understand that much.
Yeah.
Wait, did Leonard understand everything that was going on behind the stage?
I'm not sure. I think videographer was understanding most of the parts because there's a lot of machines that you need to push and you need to
Mhm.
push a lot of buttons.
Mhm.
To That's
This
how
is-
much I
Guys, this is someone explaining how it works. You just have to push a lot of buttons.
Might I
Okay.
add, she's a physicist.
Yeah, I am studying physics.
You study physics?
Yeah.
Asli, oh my god.
Yeah.
So we have a computer engineer,
Yes.
a physics student,
Yeah.
A business engineer. I count as an engineer, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And a
Economics.
businesswoman.
Yes.
Yes.
But the funny part now, speaking about the technological stuff behind the scenes, the day before we get to Aula to set everything up, I'm the least technical girl. Like I didn't know how to turn off my computer for years. And program team assignment until my boyfriend told me like you go here and you put here and then
You turn
it's
it
turned
off.
up.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that. I just clapped it up and that's it. And program team decided, I don't know why, to put me to set up the technical stuff. And I was suffering. I called Hafiz and I was like, Hafiz, I don't know what I'm doing. And Hafiz was just connect this here. And are you sure? It was not great. So for next year, please don't put me in tech.
And also I think we did the lights, the red lights.
Uh-huh.
Were you there?
Yes.
We did those.
Lights.
Yeah, the red lights.
Wait.
For the scenography so that it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Really?
We rearranged that. Zainab, me, Leonard, and I think you were responsible for
I
that.
didn't notice that at all. Nice. Very good. No, I this is a detail I didn't notice. Very good.
I think those lights, there was a lot of stuff about mix,
Mhm.
and there was a lot of stuff about the cameras we need to take care of.
Yeah.
So that's all we do.
So it was the light, the technology, the catering, and now for the tickets. How much money did we get? Let's be honest. I just want to know.
I don't know.
Give me a number. The research team,
Research team.
The research team is nodding their head saying, no, we're
Also
not going
don't
to give you
know.
the number. A lot.
A lot.
In capital letters. Where did this money go?
To the event. Because after the event, we still have to pay some bills. Or not, finance team.
Yeah, so as the finance team, we are responsible for that. So of course, during the ticket sale, it feels nice to have money coming in. But right after that, everything goes out because we would be paying for the catering, for the camera,
For all the technology you just
for
said
the-
was really
for
cool.
the- for the
Yes.
cool-
We paid for that.
Damn.
exactly, for all the cool techs. Yeah, so and if at all we are lucky to have some spillovers, we save it for the next event. So
I want you to tell me something, because many people see our sponsors. Last event, we had many sponsors. Some sponsored us through drinks.
yes.
Some sponsored us through helping us print stuff. They gave us utilities. Tell us about the process getting a sponsor, and tell us maybe like what do you talk about in the meeting, convincing them to be sponsors of our events.
Okay, so I mean, the beginning is pretty much what you would expect. It would be us reaching out to companies, either mail, phone call, or maybe a contact to someone. It doesn't matter, but we just pitch our event and then we tell them what they can get out of it, and then what what they are supporting, what the event is about, and so on. And if they get interested, then we further have meetings with them, explaining the actual concrete details about what we want, what we give them. Like, for example, like sponsors, I mean, most often it's the promotion for them because, they see, they sponsor us, they get to have things, for example, a booth. They can give out some, they might have some flyers or some goodies that they want to give to audience. But it's mostly letting the presence known. And because our event also has like mostly technical students or students of the university, let's not make restricted to technical students. Yeah, and they can reach potential future employees for them.
So an important question to ask for the people listening right now, since you talked about technical stuff, technical issues, technical things. Do you need to be experienced to join the finance team, or can you come into the finance team and start learning?
No, I mean, I came in knowing nothing, literally, because, I'm from an electronics background and I'm doing computer engineering. So there's nowhere on my portfolio that says finance. Only the pocket money I get and the salary I got for Hiwi job. That's the only finance I've done. So, but I was always curious about the event, and they did call themselves non-profit. I mean, right now I would say we call ourselves non-profit because I wanted to understand.
So this is with the sponsors, the guests. How is it? Is it difficult getting guests? Is it difficult reaching out?
Sometimes, yes.
yeah.
But sometimes it's out of luck. You can reach out to people who you don't expect and get them as a speaker.
Was it difficult getting Daniel Jung?
Honestly, when I attended the team, he was already taken. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Nice.
how they did that.
Would you say it was difficult? Do you think, did they ever talk about it?
I think it's a bit tricky because it's a bit tricky to reach out to him.
Yeah, of course.
But after you reach them, it's a bit easier to contact with them.
And do you think we can get big names for our next event?
I
And I'm
hope so.
looking at Mafa right now because I feel like
I'm a
some
big name.
names,
No.
some names have been written down. I haven't
Yes.
seen them. I'm just saying some names have been written down.
Yes, I think they're really cool future talks that can be done in our next event.
Okay,
Let's say we are planning to go big.
Planning to go big.
big or go home.
Yeah.
go big or go
Yeah.
home.
No, we are going big. We are not going home.
Okay, so you have many Egyptians in the student initiative. Please tell me about it.
I don't know why though. You guys tell me about it.
Exactly. You are one of them.
Yes, I am. I am one of them. Tell me, working with Egyptians, how is it? Is it interesting?
Well,
Is it boring?
I think we have gotten used to hear you guys speaking Arabic and not understanding most of the stuff.
yes.
Our cameraman is looking at us,
Mr. Cameraman.
just smiling right now. We do speak a lot of Arabic, actually.
Yes, you do.
But it's mostly yes. Okay, I can't say because it is anything, because mostly some English speakers are in the room. You know,
But you
and
still speak Arabic.
but we still speak Arabic. Yeah. Have you ever been to Egypt?
No, but I wish I could.
Have you?
No.
Have you ever been to Turkey?
Turkey.
I have been to
No.
Turkey.
No.
Me.
Turkey's you too?
Yeah.
Really awesome.
Good,
For 18
Ali.
years.
Yeah, since she came to Germany, she probably has it.
For
Yeah.
18 years or 9.
Are you from Istanbul?
No,
Where?
Izmir.
Izmir.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was in Istanbul and Bursa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you like Iskender?
I love Tantuni. Tantun.
Tantuni, yeah.
Tantuni, yeah. I love the Tantuni. I love your sweets. Your sweets are mostly, I wouldn't say our sweets, because I feel like it's not our sweets. I'm just saying like, they're good sweets.
I mean, I haven't
It's
even left
Middle Eastern
Aachen.
sweets.
I already tasted Tantuni, and I mean, why did you have to travel there to taste Tantuni? I think we get pretty good Tantunis here.
But the Turkish culture is definitely one of the things I would like to visit Turkey again, to be honest. I told my family we should visit Turkey together, go to Istanbul together, and we're going to definitely do that. Please come to Cairo, though. Please come to Cairo.
I would
Please
love
come to Cairo.
Yeah.
So something we didn't talk about was the TEDx Salon. We spoke about the TEDx event, which is our big event, but we haven't spoken about our TEDx Salon. Maybe give the people context, because this is actually the next event coming up in January.
Yeah.
And tell them the differences between TEDx event and TEDx Salon.
Okay, the TEDx event, I would say it's like a big event
Mm-hmm.
where we get 350 people. The TEDx Salon is a smaller event, also with smaller speakers. Like we don't have 6, 8, or 9 speakers. We have 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also less audience, so it's something more personal. Like you can get more in contact with the speakers, with the people attending. It's like more closed, the inner circle.
Is it similar to what we had before, which is the X Talks?
Well, not really, because the Xcast.
Xcast, I'm sorry.
X
Yes.
Talks is a name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Xcast was mostly an event that was meant, because at the end of that event, one or two of them get recruited as speakers for the main event.
Yeah.
So that was the main goal there, even though it was an event of its own.
Yeah.
Here, this event would be similar in that the the situation where the less audience and
It's similar in the sense of the size.
size, yes.
Yeah, and the audience
it'll be
amount.
it'll be fewer audience.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to exceed like 30, 40 people, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be 1 or 2 speakers at most. And
Okay.
the goal here is the event itself. Like it's not meant to, contribute to the main event in any way. This is an
Mhm.
independent event on its own.
The TEDx Salon theme this year is or like in January next year, is gonna be sustainability. And the TEDx event is gonna be about connecting the dots. Do you feel like we're trying to connect between them at any way? Because you said they are separate events, right?
Yes.
But we're trying to bridge something. We're trying to connect something. We're trying to get closer to the people who are following us
Yes, exactly. It's
and
most
give them more events.
like there's no much connection between the events. Like we
Mhm.
said, there are 2 separate events, 2 separate topics. One is more personal, but the connection will be to get to our audience, to have them to give them more events, to give them more information, and also to speak topics that are relevant nowadays, like sustainability. Yeah,
And if you want to know more about the TEDx event, also follow us on Instagram.
also.
Yes.
And my kind guests today, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
thank
us.
you for having us.
Thank you for this beautiful episode.
Yeah.
And do you want to say something to the listeners?
Well, come to our event.
Any final messages?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Come to our event. That's it. And
Maybe
If you're doubting in joining Student Initiative, do it. It's really fun.
it's really
it
fun.
takes a lot of your time, to be honest, but it's really fun. It's worth it.
Yes, and you get to know many people. Mafa got to know me.
Oh, lucky.
I got to know Mafa.
Really lucky.
Yes. And thank you guys for listening. We hope that you watch our episodes. Please, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching on Instagram, please don't forget to like and follow. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.